Hi. So today, one of the main thing that I was doing with my classes was to review the corrections for the first assignment that I gave them for the year. So I was looking at their corrections and well, actually quite disappointed with the quality, but I couldn't blame them because many of them are new to my expectations. So I was sharing with them some of the expectations I have and how I hope the corrections will be like, because I always believe that the the learning for mathematics actually takes place when we are doing corrections, because sometimes yeah, we do learn some stuff when we listen to the teacher and watch the demonstration. However, to really have a better feel and to really concretize what we learn about mathematics, it comes when we actually try the questions, made some mistakes along the way if necessary, and to learn from these mistakes. So correction is a very important part of the learning journey for mathematics. However, um, I mean, teenagers being what they are, some of them do not really treat corrections with a seriousness, um, and that causes them to actually dislike mathematics to a certain extent, because of this lack of seriousness in terms of the corrections. They find it very difficult to progress in their learning for mathematics, and it's quite unfortunate. So I do hope if you are a student and learning mathematics, you do take corrections seriously. Now, the thing about corrections is this: sometimes you find so tedious that you just want to get it over and done with. It's just something that the teacher want to see. But I hope you realize that sometimes to actually fall in love with a subject, you actually need to put in the effort first. One example I can give you is this: a few years ago, a friend of mine came to look for me in the middle of the night, quite unexpectedly. And after sitting down, he was sharing how unhappy he is, and he was thinking of having a divorce with his wife. So after he shared some of his unhappiness with me and frustration, I think a little bit and I asked him very point blank, "Do you still love your wife?" I asked him that. And after thinking for a while, he realized he do, but still the thought of divorce is still there. And I think one of the reason is because sometimes when it comes to things like that, we think that, oh, love is a feeling. Sometimes we say love is a feeling. The media portray it as, oh, suddenly you saw somebody you like, you struck, you fall in love, and this sort of thing. So we see love as though it's a noun, an object that either we have or we don't have in terms of our relation with another person. However, sometimes we forget that love is actually a verb also, not a noun. So when you actually bring yourself to really care for another person, to make effort to protect that person, and to always constantly thinking of how to help that person to become better, to become stronger, to become happier, that allows the love to grow. And why am I sharing this? Because it comes down to our relationship with mathematics as well. There are so many students out there who do not have a good relationship with mathematics, because from the very beginning they do not have that feeling of love for the subject, because the subject is so abstract. And when we first encounter mathematics in primary school or even kindergarten, our growth, our maturity is not ready for such abstract thoughts. But we actually need to learn these basic abstract thoughts from the beginning. And so when it couldn't reconcile, then we start to dislike the subject, and this dislike becomes so strong, and it actually stays for many years for many of us. So what can we do about this? That's why when we make the effort that every time we work on an assignment, every time we do our corrections, we give it the necessary care. I actually share in class, it's as though writing a love letter. When you write a love letter, your handwriting will be the best that you can have. So same thing, when you do an assignment, even if you don't know how to do, you got it incorrect, it doesn't matter. The effort to do your best, to write properly, to present your work properly, that is treating mathematics as a verb, an action. And when you put in that necessary care, you put in that necessary effort, then your relationship with the subject will actually improve, and you'll gradually find that maths is not such a scary thing that hang over you and make you feel miserable, and you will actually start to learn the subject. It is that kind of relationship. So it's not that you like the mathematics first, that's why you put in the effort, but rather you put in the effort first, then you will like the mathematics. So when you recognize that and you try your best every time at your assignment, every time at your corrections, you will learn to enjoy this subject very much. Yeah, I hope I hope everyone can all my students can actually accept this advice, right? So let's do our best. Okay, have a nice day.